Hi everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to Japanese arcade gaming. Today's video is a small look at Kamen Rider Battle, Ganbarizing. It's based on the Kamen Rider TV series in Japan. The game itself is aimed at a younger audience, and it has a collectible card system. When you play, so you pay 100 yen for your first game, which gives you one card, and then you have the option to give an extra 400 yen. So for every 100 yen you put in, you get one card. So each time you play, you can put a maximum of 500 yen in and get 5 cards. The rarities range from common, uncommon, rare, something they call CP, which is promotional, legendary rare, GLR they call it, which I think is great legendary rare. And then I think there might be one or two like special ones, but I'm not sure on the names. And some of them change a little bit. So before they used to be legendary rare, now they've got the GLR, great legendary rare, and these promotional ones might have had a different name as well before. You play the game with 3 cards, so you can choose any 3 cards you want versus either the AI, or you can play it online with another player who's obviously using their own 3 cards. If you don't have the 3 cards though, it just gives you random characters to fill out your empty slots. There are 10 types of cards that you can get. So you've got Attacker, which is red, Technical, which is green, Finisher, which is blue, Passion is orange, Tricky is purple, Breaker, which is yellow, Brave, which is a deep blue, Chain, which is pink, Jammer, which is lime green, and Mechanical, which is grey. And each type of rider card has their own type bonus, which becomes active when you get your burst. So, at the moment my son is playing and he's on the sort of character selection screen. So you choose who you want to fight AI wise if you're not playing against a player. Also, there's one thing I didn't mention. You can buy these cards for it, so they do these Bandai Namco cards for some of their games. I'm not 100% sure on how they work exactly because they have a number of uses, it says on there. So each time you log in your character, it uses one of those uses. So after you use all 300 uses, I don't know if you have to get a new card and somehow transfer the data. I'll have to check on that one for you guys. But using that data, you make your own Kamen Rider, which is your Gamba Rider, and you can use him to fight with as like a special character. So, as the battle begins, you can see it shows the characters who you put down the cards for. In this case, it was just the 3 cards that we got for the machine. We didn't actually bring my son's cards, as he's got quite a few cards, to be fair. Once you put your 3 cards down, you then have the choice to scan one of the toys, if you happen to have one. So full bottles, the ghost icons, the X-Aid, I have no idea what they're called, the X-Aid little cards, gashats maybe, and the new ride watches as well from Geo, and they usually give a bonus, so you can only use them if you've got the rider they're actually connected with. So the ride watches only work with the Geo rider cards, or whichever one you might have. I don't believe you can use them for any of the other like riders who don't use the that actual bonus or extra. So the main rotation of the game is you start off first with your roulette. So that's where you can see it shows either punches, kicks, like a sword icons. So you're trying to match the icons or get the special ones. So Geo has some special ones, which is Rider, as it shows on its mask, and you can get some special icons depending on which series of the characters that you've summoned into fight are. If you win, it puts you onto, like what I'm going to say is offensive mode. So when you're on the offensive mode, you've then got a power struggle, which you should see very shortly. Now it's just showing the toy time, the rider watch time, which is what you get for scanning your scan whichever toy you have. When you're on the offensive bit, then it's like you're trying to have a higher power level than your opponent is. So you can see it now, it's going to show 2 gauges to move up and down, and you just have to time it to try and hit the top. Against the AI it's usually not a problem, but if you're doing it against the player, then there's going to be a lot of times when you keep matching top, so you just want to keep hitting perfects as much as you can. If you win, then you can do your characters, I believe it's the burst mode. Yeah, it says burst. So if you flick the cards over, they have a burst mode, which is usually obviously does an attack of some sort, and then it puts them either sometimes in a more powerful form or gives them some bonus to attack them for the next round. So this particular Geo card transforms into the double armor. The game itself is actually quite popular. They upgrade it all the time when a new series comes out. So obviously you can scan the new toys that come, with whatever the series is, as well as sometimes they do some sort of raffle. Like I'm gonna call it like a raffle. So it's you keep putting coins in and getting new cards. When you finish your fight, there's like a chance to get some special card. Now, most of the time you don't get it. I think me and my son got it one time, and the machine actually gives an alarm and shouts out for staff, and then the staff come and then they give you whatever the gift is. So in this case, it was a special ride watch, I believe you got. It was some violent decade ride watch, which you could only get by playing the game basically and trying your luck. So yeah, that's a really quite a nice little handy thing you can get, for just playing on the machines. But they are far and few between. You don't see them so often. Most of the time, the bonus is something to do with your character. So on your data card, so you get some bonus experience or some items or something to just upgrade them a little bit further. While in this video we're actually playing against the AI, I just wanted to mention against playing with, when you're playing against players, it's much harder. Players are playing with usually some of these kids I see taking out the cards, they're just taking out LRs and GLRs and LREXs and all sorts of crazy cards. So the fights you usually have there are much harder. When you put the cards down for the first time, when the characters are on the screen, it gives them like stars, which obviously go with like your rarities. So yeah, these kids put them down and they're coming up with like the full 5 stars for each one. They kind of have a power ranking as well, so you can see your total team strength as it is. And yeah, it's very tough. Also, I want to mention, when you do the burst mode and you have to do their special attack, just before it does it, you usually have to charge the cards, and the machine's made that has 3 like sliders, and you're supposed to slide the card up and down. As you can see right now, my son's just about to do it again, super hyper over it. But you can imagine that if you've got really nice cards, you're probably going to want to get them sleeved, because doing this is a good way of getting them destroyed, because they're going to hit the top and bottom like bit of plastic that makes up the area a lot. So yeah, if you've got a nice card, try and keep it sleeved or protected. The attacks themselves, there's some really cool attacks. Most of them ask you to press the button, though I don't think it's necessary to do so. If you do, I think you get a bit more damage, but like, don't quote me on that one. That's just my feeling. You might not have to press the button at all and like still get the full damage out of the attacks. The LR characters usually have much bigger intros when you put them down, and their attacks are usually a lot more, how will I say, pleasing on the eye. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I'll be making at least 1 video a week. It'll be different machines every time until I basically hit every machine that's out there. If people want more, if you want more focus on a certain machine or the controls or the cards, for instance, that come with it, then let me know in the comments and I can make additional videos about those different subjects. Yeah, so please subscribe, check out my other video that I made a few days ago, and yeah, look out for more videos to come. Thanks very much, stay safe.